Creating beautiful looking images has gotten to the point where basically anyone can create a nice looking image. I mean, you scroll on YouTube and TikTok and you open up videos and they look like movies and they look super cinematic, for lack of a better term. And I think shooting spec projects is a really great way to flex those muscles, to find your voice and try different things that you can't really try on client shoots and stuff like that. But I really think if you want to stand out as a filmmaker in today's day and age, it's going to be the ones that are actually using their voice to try to say things rather than just crafting beautiful looking images. I want you to ask yourself, when was the last time you saw a commercial and it really resonated with you? Like it stuck with you and you were thinking about it for days and days. For me personally, there's only one off the top of my head, is a Volvo ad and some other stuff that I saw on Vimeo, but nothing really that has been advertised to me. If we look at advertising, it's really become this like pump and dump approach for us to try to buy things. I mean, when was the last time you were scrolling on Instagram or TikTok and you actually stopped to watch an ad? Or did you just scroll past right away as soon as you saw it was an advertisement? What I've come to realize over the last few years of shooting spec work is those commercials that we really aspire to shoot, you know, those crazy whip pans to a new location and those really cool looking ads, those are maybe like 1% of the commercials being shot. And the other 99% are the ones that we see on Instagram and TikTok that we scroll past right away, or the ones that we see on YouTube and we hit skip ad, or the ones that we see on TV and we hit mute on our remote. So why would we aspire to shoot that kind of stuff? I understand that it's obviously appealing to chase being a commercial director or a DP because you get paid crazy amounts of money to be on set, and it's a lot easier than trying to fund your own passion projects and monetize those. But I sort of had this realization when I was creating my last few spec projects, where I was like, why would I be putting thousands of dollars into spec work when it's for a brand, when I can be putting that money into projects that are actually meaningful to me? Don't get me wrong, I got some amazing fulfillment out of creating spec projects because it was sort of a big stepping stone in my career where I told myself enough is enough, I'm not gonna wait on anyone, I'm just gonna go out and create them. And that's why they're sort of meaningful to me, not really because of the outcome of the actual videos. And looking back, these are just cool looking videos at the end of the day. Like, no one is really gonna take anything away from these and no one's gonna really remember them after watching them. Spielberg once said, I'm more interested in a storyteller that doesn't know anything about where to put the camera than someone who knows everything about the camera but nothing about the story process. And I couldn't find that to be more true in today's day. So that's what I'm gonna be striving for these days, is spending a lot more time in pre-production and development to try to actually come up with ideas and things with merit to them. Because I think everyone's a cinematographer today. The gear has gotten so accessible, you know, everything looks good. Everyone knows how to light good. You point your camera at anything with some good lighting and you throw on a film emulation, all of a sudden your shit looks like Hollywood. So I really think if you're trying to be separated from the pack in today's day, share a part of yourself, try to say something with meaning, and that's how you'll stand out in today's market, I think. Keep in mind, these don't have to be big, expensive short films. Like, I shot a short film for $0 and just asked some of my friends to help out when I needed it. I think there's a time and place for spec. I think it's really good for building your portfolio and finding your voice. But I think the market right now is very oversaturated with just good looking images and not a lot of depth to it, so do with that information as you please. This past year I've really just experimented a lot with this channel, and I've always found I've gotten the most fulfillment out of those projects where I just tried to use my own voice, and they don't necessarily have the best production value or lighting and stuff like that, but I've gotten the most fulfillment out of them because I've actually tried to use my own voice to say something, and that resonated with you guys. And I really think you should be striving for that as well. If you like this video and made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. Check this one I have queued up, and I'll see you in the next.